Welcome to the Sice Room, where DMV culture, hip hops, and politics collide. I'm your host, Trey Five, and tonight we're talking about culture, comedy, credentials, constitutional debates, and accountability in the city. You already know I got the greatest panel in the world. I got the greatest chat in the nation. It's a Sice Room each and every Tuesday. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Voila. All right, I got a special guest tonight, man. A good friend that just went through a traumatic experience, and I'm gonna let her come up here and tell her experience, man, because she's looking for support, and we'd love for the Sice Room and all of our viewers or anybody in the city, man, to show her support and to hear her out, and y'all can ask her any type of questions to understand her situation further. Welcome to John.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Yeah, so I went through something on Mother's Day and I posted about it and I honestly did not think it would, my page get every so often amount of views and everything. So I was just shocked, like it went off and a lot of people was getting behind me, a lot of people from the city, from out the city and everything. So the experience I had, was like borderline racism, but I've been running with the term nativism because I feel like a lot of these establishments when they come and set up now, it's like the people that's from our area is not as welcome as like the others. And they know how to tell us apart because we can tell us apart. So um this will happen. So I'm vegan and it's Mother's Day. There's not a lot of plant-based options available in the morning time. I'm trying to just go grab some comfort food before I go to work. So it's Mother's Day. I drive to the spot that I frequent often. I went to several of their locations before. And I get there, the owner, the guy's like right at the front of the door. He see me reaching for the door. He whooshed it open. He was like, reservations only, and then slammed the door in my face. So I just was taken back, like, what? So I tried to engage again. He was dismissive. I walked away to cool down. Uh, I got emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like Mother's Day mean a lot for different people and everything. So I got emotional and I'm just like, what? Like I was using this to be my like pick me up food. So after I calmed down, I was like, okay, I'm learning to start standing up for myself. My baby telling me it's always somebody higher up you can speak to. So don't, you know. And I went back and I was like, I'm gonna go talk to a manager because that was ridiculous. And why did he just assume that I didn't have a reservation? It was like no greeting, no anything. So then when I go back, this was the kicker. I get back in there and they're serving this white guy and he does not have a reservation. So now I'm heated because it's just like, what the F is going on? What the fuck is going on, really? Because so white guy and his dog was welcomed in there, and this it's a food place, but whatever. So white guy and his cute little dog, they put their order in. I go and I speak to the same guy that was rude to me at the door, and I'm like, like what was that? There was no greeting, there wasn't anything, and it's just like, where's the human decency? And I asked him like, why did you just assume I didn't have a reservation? So he goes, because I saw you before. So I'm like, what is that? That's not making sense. So it was like a little back and forth, dumb stuff. He's still like holding on to this reservation stuff. He like it's and that's not clicking for me because this white guy is now waiting for his food without a reservation. He ordered to go. So I'm like, okay, can I speak to the manager? And he goes, I'm the manager and the owner. And he kicks me out. He's like, you can now leave. And so I get upset again. I get emotional. I'm like, this racist bitch. I start like tears just start flowing. And I'm not like a easily like tears flowing, but it was just the day, and I just was in shock and like and anger and everything. So tears coming down, I'm wiping my face. He goes around the counter, walks through the kitchen and all of that just to get in my face, to be pointing to the door. Like while I'm wiping my tears, he pointing onto the door and stuff. And it's just that threw me off even more, because at first you act like I was so busy that you didn't have time to engage with me. So how you got time to be in my face right now? So I politely asked him to get on my face. Told him I know how to step out of here on my own. So a lady came, she checked on me, whatever. They still doing this whole reservation. We're so busy. I'm like, what about this guy? Like, why did he get the order? And she's like, he walked in and just ordered. So I'm like, okay, that's what I was trying to do this whole time. So why couldn't I order? So that's when I think it clicked in their head that like, oh damn, like we're being like blatantly discriminating or whatever it is. So she tried to offer to order. She's like, oh, that's what I came around to do. I came to take your order. I'm like, whatever. That's not what you came to do. I gathered my emotions. I left out. I'm pissed. I'm like, I'm going to write a review. Left a review about the whole ordeal. I was just like, y'all not welcoming. I don't know if it's racism or nativism or whatever. So the owner then responds to the review. And he gonna say he's sorry that I felt unwelcome. And then in that same review, start to explain why I was unwelcome. So he's like, oh, sorry you felt unwelcome. That's not our intent. And then he goes on this whole little tangent about how I'm always in there harassing their customers, begging them for food and drinks and money and the whole nine. And they like to create a comfort space of equality and blah, 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 blah for their paying customers. So now I'm like, damn, his ass done doubled down on this. Like, so you was nasty to me like this because of somebody else. Like, I do not like taking nobody else's flack. Like, if I'm gonna be taking some flack, just like let me have done it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm real pissed. I'm like, damn, like, so you just basically gonna assume that I was this homeless person. I'm assuming he's talking about a homeless person, but you're gonna assume that I was this panhandler that comes in harassing your customers. That's why I got that nastiness from you. Or are you just saying that to downplay the validity of my review? I don't know, right? But either way, that shit was rude as fuck. It was unacceptable, because like if you can't tell people apart, y'all, this spot it's on 8th Street. And it's like you set up shop on 8th Street Northeast. Like you should have did your research. And as long as Chocolate City been Chocolate City, and we've always had others that come into our communities and set up shop and businesses, like I have never like heard of them confusing the unks or anything with like other people. Even the actual unks, like they at least tell them apart. They know who they have barred from their store or who they didn't. So I don't know, it threw me off. So I went and I posted it. I talked about the whole experience, and I posted my receipts that I frequent them often. I posted my receipts from 2 other locations, from when they was on M Street and from when they was in Virginia. And then I posted, they've been moving around, like trying to keep their business afloat, and I've been supporting them. And then I posted my receipts from all the times I visited since they've been on 8th Street. And it's like, you accuse me of being this panhandler, and I've been a loyal supporting customer with receipts to show. So I shared that online. The city went off. Like everybody like, oh hell no, not in Chocolate City. What the fuck? Receipts don't lie. Bar them. Like I guess everybody start like stomping down on their page, looking like. And when I first posted it, they blocked me instead of reaching out. So everybody digging into their ass, and like they turned their comments off. I don't know if their comments are still off. They turned their comments off on TikTok, Instagram. I don't got access to my Facebook, but people been sharing what they've been posting on their Facebook to me. So I'm like, yeah, they feeling it. So they reached out maybe a day or two after it went viral, and they offered an apology. And the apology was just so unsincere. They did not acknowledge anything. The only thing that they acknowledged was the misunderstanding about communicating their reservation policy. So they didn't acknowledge, and then their apology was an if. They said if we fell short of our standards. So it's just like, it's not an apology at all if you saying if. Well, the way I viewed that if was like, that was like a message to the people of like, if this didn't bother you, y'all come on and let them stay where they at. That's how I viewed that if. Like, if y'all cool with how I treated this girl, come on, baby. Like, I don't know how to view that if part. But yeah, that was the weak ass apology they offered. Like, I haven't responded to them or anything since because it was just ridiculous. And you blocking me after I proved that I was a loyal customer, uncalled for, and fake apology, and you did not acknowledge, no, oh, we're sorry for the mix up, confusing you with that other person. We see that you're a loyal customer. No, we're sorry for the harsh treatment that we gave you under the assumption that you were someone else. Like, no, they didn't acknowledge anything besides their dumbass reservation policy, which goes out the window for me because y'all did not honor that when it came to that white boy. So that's what happened there. And it brought me down. Like, I was like, what the hell? And I'm like, damn, how I get messed up with like a bum? And at the time, y'all, I'm going through this phase. I'm like, I just took my braids out, washed my hair, did a twist out or whatever. And before I do my hair again, like after y'all do a wash and everything, I know the ladies know, like a lot of us, we like to let our hair breathe and I'm having my confidence, like, let me rock my natural hair. And I don't know if it was the hair, the natural hair or what, but that was the whole ordeal.
Right. Anybody got some questions for her about her situations? Or I definitely want to ask you, what's the exact
Me,
name
me,
of the
me, me.
restaurant?
Me.
Oh, the restaurant is they're called Bubby, and they're now operating out of a store called Pow Pow, both owned by the same person.
Is that the
So
store across the street from Popeyes?
is it right across the street? Yeah. Is it
Or
right?
beside it? Or beside it?
It's in that 12th and H kind of
Yeah, I live
area.
like 6 blocks
Yeah,
away. I'm going to holler at them people tomorrow.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right by Popeyes. If it's on 12, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's like 6 blocks from my house. I'll be there tomorrow.
Pow Pow, like
You
Pow
want to
No
ask
Pow.
her a
worries.
question?
Nah, she already answered. I was trying to figure
All
out which
right,
one it
baby.
was. That was my question. She answered it before I asked.
Hey, the
I
panelists.
just I just want to say, like, I don't have no questions per se, but I just want to let you know, like, even if you had it twist out, even on your worst day, you should have never been treated like that. Like, you don't have to put yourself together to go outside to spend your money no motherfucker with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if a white person walking in with their hair all over their head, you know what I'm
Adam
saying,
Sandler.
and anything on, they gonna seat them and serve them just the same. So it's like, it's racial profiling, and I just don't want you to feel like you did anything to bring that shit upon yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
For sure. We all
I'm
sympathize
trying
with
to make sense in my head, like what it could have been, besides like they just some assholes.
His mother don't love him. That's what it was. It was Mother's Day and his mother ain't love him.
Yeah. And then somebody in the comments, my comments was going off. Somebody said they would do trash service and they used to service their area until they asked him to remove the snow because the business people supposed to remove the snow so they could access it. And he said that the owner told him to get his black lazy ass out the truck and do it. And so now their company don't service that location no more.
Oh, that's all it was. He racist.
Yeah.
He racist. Well, let me take my light
Yes.
skin ass down there. I'm gonna take my light skin ass down there and see how racist he is.
Man.
You say pow pow? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pow
you.
pow.
Before
Yeah.
we move on, tell the people where they can follow you and you know what I'm saying, where they can
Um
see the videos and
Yeah,
etc.
that's my handle right here, Dijon 202, DJON 202. And it's so crazy because I'm an artist myself. I do hip hop music and I be the music that I be on is it's a lot of like empowering our people, uplifting community and that whole nine. So I just see the irony in all of this.
Oh,
Like, I wanted to say something, Trey. Y'all like edited pretty fast. I just wanted to tell her that I did come across that video just randomly on my timeline, actually. And I thought that was insane. Like, I liked it. I think everything that you said was correct. And I think what's so terrible is that, like, a lot of us, we are from this area. We've been in this area for years. Our ancestors been in this land for years, for forever. It's just crazy when we see this new influx of people come in and they think that they have this level of privilege and entitlement, that way they can speak to you and talk to you any kind of way. I just think it's really atrocious, and it's very appalling to even know that you had to experience something like that. And I agree 100% with Bills. It don't matter how you look. If you're going somewhere to spend your money, that's all that should really matter to them. They're a business and they're here to get money, period. And anything outside of that, you know what I'm saying, is just totally out of line. And it was very disrespectful for them to even assume that you were somebody that you weren't. And you know, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Like, I mean, I randomly saw it. So, like, you know, when I saw you, I didn't even recognize you. But when you start talking about your situation, I said, damn, I saw that video. So, you know, I'm glad that everybody was able to see it and it reached so many people and that everybody rode behind you, because I know right is wrong and wrong is wrong. And people know that. And people going to support a person when they're in the right. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that happened, and fuck them for real.
Hey, thank you. Thank y'all.
And we rocking with you. You hear me?
Y'all.
Hey, bro, what time you going down there, bro?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about the good time when the manager gonna be there.
Ass up with you. Where we going?
I'm trying to think what time y'all think the manager gonna be there.
Dawn.
Somebody we ride at dawn.
Like, look, we you know, people support your cause. You know what I'm saying? People been supporting your business. You can't turn around and treat your patrons like that, because your patrons have support and they're humans. You know what I'm saying? And they go for all of us. I'm a businessman myself. Go for everybody. No matter how tired we get, we gotta make sure we having grace and we get treating people with respect and manners.
We about to cancel that jump.
Oh, y'all, that's a little extra piece, because now some people been coming in my comments like in support of them. So the latest craziness I heard, somebody commented and said, you know, they said all this stuff like to be fair, and then they said about a week ago the owner's wife got attacked by a homeless man, so they're on edge. And I'm like, what? Okay,
So a homeless man can be any race though, so that's not an excuse.
exactly.
Right.
Nah, man,
It could have been a Spanish homeless man. What the fuck?
like,
And you a female, not a homeless man.
right.
Even if you was homeless, you're not a man. So that's not a reason to.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
The major red flag in that is thinking that we all look alike and that we all, you know, like, that's just really weird to me.
Yeah.
That's like a huge flaw.
Learn how to tell black people apart is crazy.
It's to even act like, yes, we got the same skin complexions and stuff like that, but we all have different looks and features. There's no way.
White people got the same complexions too. They all white and red. What's the like? So I don't get it.
That's crazy.
Do y'all miss characterize people from other races?
Oh, come
What
here,
you mean
what?
characterize them? Like, think they all the same?
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, like, I'm not gonna like mistake one white homeless person for another white homeless person. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, if somebody came in my business, I'm not gonna assume that. Like,
What about one Spanish landscaper?
Now listen, I'm not gonna lie, right? I know some white people apart, but now some Spanish people. Now listen, I'm not being biased. I'm not gonna be racist.
What about Asian carryout people?
They so.
Okay.
Y'all been to enough carryouts. You telling me if you was in Walmart, you would know exactly where you knew that Asian person from?
Hell no. Unless it's the person from your carryout around your way.
I could just tell the difference between whether or not they're Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. That's it.
Yeah, see, I ain't that good. That's it. You a bad motherfucker.
I like real
quick. I started trying to learn that better, you know.
No disrespect, but the Koreans, no disrespect. Asiatic people of
they all Asian, but you know,
they have wider eyes, right? Filipinos and Koreans.
Yep.
I know I think Filipinos and Koreans, I think they got wider eyes.
Yeah, the Koreans and them they got definitely wide eyes. But one thing about them is that they're all Asian people. They are all Asian people. It's just that they all come from different parts of the Asian continent, but still Asians nonetheless.
Y'all saying y'all don't mix up white people? Y'all crazy as hell.
No, I'm not
Don't even
saying like I'm
don't
not
say it
saying
like
like
that,
that.
brother.
I'm just saying like if we gonna say if the ratio is more high to mix up to think everybody is the same Spanish person versus the same white person.
Whoa.
I'm
You
I,
think so?
that yeah, because all white people don't look alike.
Yeah, but they got a lot of different races as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
Slavian, Irish, like it's a
Yeah, but
lot of it.
at the end of the day, they all
They
still
all
don't
white
like
races come
every
from
single
different.
one of them don't look
Russian.
alike. You're gonna see more Spanish people. In my personal opinion, you'll see more Spanish people that look alike than white people. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's everybody's opinion, but
No, I'm with you. That's a
me seeing a lot of like, cause I didn't seen both,
it's
like
a
a lot of
weird
both.
debate, but it is kind of like just us coming from our perspective
Yeah,
of
yeah,
we
yeah.
always say y'all think we all look alike. For us to just have a perspective of like what race do we think be looking be looking alike.
Cause even with like Africans, I think a lot of Africans look alike. So the fuck.
Other ethnicities look alike to those of the opposite. It's a real thing, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I went away to
Why are
college
y'all off camera?
fresh.
Throw me off.
My bad. I went away to
I got
college
you all.
fresh
I'm putting
out
my
of
hat on.
school, and it was like it was real diverse. You know what I'm saying? A lot of white people, Asian, all of that. And I'm coming from Chocolate City. I didn't see nobody besides us, so it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, that was a hard thing. And I had white friends and everything. They used to be like, I would mix them up all the time, and I would know like this is you and this is. But I always said the wrong name, and they would be like, "I'm not Sam Dijon. I'm not Chad. I'm this." I'm like, "Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad." But I can say that and also say that like if I was mistreated by a white person or I went through some type of trauma or anything, I'm going to register their face. And if I'm going to act on something, I'm going to be sure that that's that person before I act on it. So that's like a big I'll try to get them a pass, but it's just like, no. If
My
you
family from uptown, I'm kind of used to Migos. So
But they
take a
still, but do they still look alike to you?
yeah, they look alike to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. No
Yeah,
Hey,
so.
disrespect to
stop.
it. I got a
No.
lot of
Yeah, no,
Migos
I
friends,
ain't no
but
disrespect. No disrespect
yeah,
to the Migos.
I,
They
I
definitely
bet I
do.
bet with niggas in all races, they say the same shit as us, nigga.
But
So,
see,
but sometimes just ignorance. I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant too. So like to certain, what I'm saying, facial
I don't feel like
features.
we look alike though. I feel like we come in all different shades
Nah, some of
and
us be looking
facial
alike. Stop
features.
doing that. Some of us be looking
Black
alike. I even
people,
be thinking, nigga,
like
I even
Trey
be thinking
Fab,
some of the
look at
young
the
niggas look alike.
panel. Look at the panel right now. None of us on this panel look like the next person. And we're all black.
Yeah.
Like if a nigga if a white person came in here confused of the three females right here for each other, how would that even be possible? You feel me? So
Yeah, all right, then that's different. All right, then that's different.
I'm just
But
saying the niggas
if
too,
one,
you and him
I look,
down
no,
there,
all
like
right,
come
hear me
on,
out.
y'all twins.
Now hear me out. Say he was on a pod with y'all, white boy, talking to y'all, and then y'all approached him like maybe the next day, and like, hey, I'm such and such from the pod. He gonna probably be like, what in his head? What black girl from the pod was you? Unless he crushing or something, you know what I'm saying? Unless y'all, you know what I'm saying? He got other than that, I don't know.
see,
Yeah,
and
get
this is
some
why
cheap
I
clothes.
be trying to be careful when I be having certain conversations. Cause I always ruffle people's feathers, and you already know where I'm about to
Yeah,
go with this
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Because I always say that you could tell niggas in America from Africans. I always say that shit. I
Okay.
always say that shit.
I
I
think
feel
I'm
like
with you on that.
there's a
I think
huge
I'm
difference
with you for that. I think I'm with you on
between
that.
us and them, period. And I've always said that. I know people don't like when I say that, because people believe what they believe, and you know how I feel about us here in America. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna do too much with it. But I'm gonna just say that anybody who just look at complexion and skin tone as like a determining factor is very immature and very dense in terms of looking at phenotypes and how people look. So
Ooh, see,
you know,
that's why I'm saying I'm being honest to not to offend others that maybe might be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I'm being 100 with you. I may not. I may be ignorant to the nose, the eyes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time I get a fake little bid, they always give me Spanish shit. I be appalled.
Trey
The
Bab, look what you had on
disrespect.
Cinco
The
de Mayo.
disrespect.
The disrespect is crazy.
Like, do you know my heritage? You know how fuck nigga, we the ones. Like,
Trey Bab, look what you
I
had on Cinco de
feel
Mayo.
like they look similar to Asian people, but that's a whole
So
nother
you just
thing.
play right into it.
she said, look what you had on.
See, I ain't
Hey,
I don't know why my fucking sound keep going out. I'm about to try to shit.
Oh, you muted, Bill.
maybe it's my phone. I could probably move my phone away from this joint. I think that'd be fucking it up. But for the record, let me let everybody know, bro, that was AI. For everybody that I love to understand why I didn't like or never commented to the people that actually told me happy birthday, because that was not my birthday.
Yeah, you
It's
fooled
not-
with the
Yeah.
AI.
I thought it was your birthday,
It
bro.
Nah, I
wasn't my
took my
birthday.
birthday back.
If you slowly read the caption, you'll see that it's Cinco de Mayo, but let's make it my birthday.
I ain't even reading.
Off my
Wasn't nobody
nickname,
reading that shit. They just
Yeah,
saying happy
I'm
birthday.
just gonna
They
read how that
saying
shit in the
you
book. That's what they said. How
and
that shit in the
Speedy
fucking book.
Gonzalez.
And for the record,
Hey, look,
guys, that was AI.
hey, Five. Hey, Five. Look, I seen it,
It's
right?
too
I'm in the car with
purpose.
Cho. I'm like, this nigga Five burnt out. Talking about it's his birthday. This nigga Cho, we pulled over. This nigga looked at the picture and said, "It's this nigga Five birthday." I said, "Nigga, I just said."
Burned up.
That's funny as shit.
But it's crazy because everybody did this shit. Like, if you ain't know it was AI, use
But
a damn fool, because literally the whole internet did that shit.
yes,
I
I
seen a nigga
appreciate
post
the
a picture
love.
with him and his son. Was that you, Five?
Nah, I
Somebody
only
posted
posted
a
one.
picture. Somebody posted a picture with him and his son with the Cinco de Mayo shit on.
No, I ain't go that far.
I did see
But
plenty of that shit. And what's up,
I saw
D-Ron?
Put the
that
head on them and shit.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Like, that shit was funny as shit. Once the city get a hold of something though, it's that shit in the
Man,
chokehold.
shout out my boy Croft. I seen Croft join. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm getting in on this, baby."
I don't
And then
drink that much. I
it
don't drink
made
enough
that
to do
shit made
that.
y'all go crazy. I said, I really just was on some bad shit, some little funny shit. I just
We
thought
should have
like,
turned ourselves to
yeah.
J's on
Like when I
420.
seen so many people wishing me happy birthday, I was like, what the? I said, oh shit,
Mhm.
we gonna go with it, baby.
I'd have made a post
Yeah,
and
we
said,
just
"Thank y'all for the
were.
birthday wishes."
He
We gonna
did.
go with it,
Facts.
baby.
Stupid
And then I'm gonna do,
ass.
and look, then I'm gonna have another one. And everybody gonna be like, damn. But my daughter's birthday the day after mine, so thank y'all for the love. I probably from here on out is better adopt Cinco de Mayo for my birthday, so my daughter can have
How you just
hers.
gonna adopt your own birthday?
Cause she be taking my birthday anyway, so it's like I had enough young days where it's like, hey, I can't do that club shit and then be trying to wake up and do Kings Dominion. Like that shit don't work. So it's like, hey, I have to start sacrificing. I have to start sacrificing my day, celebrate my shit earlier in the week or the weekend before or something, and so I can let my baby have hers. But the gang's all here. So with the gang here, we're gonna start off with who's Sicing, man, with the regular schedule program. Up first is Lizzo, man. Lizzo sampled the DC iconic song Sexy Lady from UCB. Some people see it as a huge national spotlight because Lizzo is mainstream. Some people feel like she's on some culture vulture. It doesn't sound the same. And it's not original. So I want to know from y'all, when mainstream artists sample go-go music, is it helping elevate the culture, or do y'all feel like it risks watering down our culture and they don't really get the, you know what I'm saying? They don't portray it the same way as it should be.
You gonna style with me. That's fucked up. But I got my thoughts on this. I think it helps the culture of DC, period. And like I said about the Juneteenth thing, and I'm gonna say it again. The thing is, we keep ourselves in the bubble. are always going to keep ourselves in the bubble, and we don't ever want to expand and have other people view our shit, because it's like a catch-22 a little bit. Okay, you want people to understand our shit, but when they say they like our shit, it's a conspiracy behind them liking our shit. I think Lizzo actually likes our shit. And if she doesn't, I don't care. The thing is, she's one of the biggest pop stars out here today. And the thing is, what you want to do is expand it. If we expand our reach and start letting people in, I think we can still take control of what we control and our narrative. And on top of that, man, we get to be known, man. We a small ass spat on this map, and a lot of people don't know our culture because we don't let anybody in. And like I said on our last thing, I agree with it. It's ours. Let us have it. But sometimes when people look at us and they enjoy our shit, let them have it as well. So I think it's a great thing that she's putting that out there, and the band signed off on it. That I see that they came out with something and said, yes, man, we handle all of the business. She showed the respect. She gave the homage. She went to them first before she said anything to the world. And they put their stamp on it. And if they put their stamp on it, we should put our stamp on it. Period. That's it.
What I get? I'm gonna turn my light back on. Sorry. Okay, so like to me, honestly, I just think it's always a good moment when other artists want to sample go-go. I think we all know, like, this is not the first time go-go has been sampled. Many of people have sampled this culture, sampled the music, and I don't really see that as anything about being a culture vulture. People have done it so many times before. I think it's just kind of like this thing where people want to keep it kind of close to the home, close to the heart. But I do think that if people love it, and other mainstream artists love it, and they want to pay homage and respect to it, then I just really don't see a problem with it. Like, I just think that it's a win for the DMV or for the DC area altogether. Like, I don't see it as something that we should be mad about. I mean, like, he came out, like Dutch just said, they came out, they said, hey, she came to us, she went through the proper channels, and they gave her the stamp. I'm sure they got money and they got paid for it or whatever. I just think that I think the fear in this is that commercial success can kind of just overshadow like the genre's roots. So like, I think people do feel like, sometimes it can be overshadowed. And I think people feel like that respect is not given, but she did that. She gave the respect to it. I mean, you don't have to like it. You like it, cool. You don't, whatever. But I mean, I think it's always a good look when go-go is being put on a mainstream scale. So that's my opinion.
No, for real.
My bad. Um, nah. My take is though, like they said, like that said, like it's a win for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like who else got something to say? I mean, what they got something to say about it for if they not, what I'm saying, doing it. This our thing, this a DC thing, so if UCB let it go and was cool with it, why we, like she said, why not, why we can't be cool with it? And it's Lizzo, they always got something to say about Lizzo, so for them to say shit culture vulture, that's just something in the air. We ain't really trying to hear that. We rock with Lizzo, and we rock with UCB. If they cool with it, we cool with it. Nah, for real, that's my take.
What you got, Wink?
I pretty much agree with everybody else. I think since it's on a mainstream level now, like just take it and try to use it as like exposure and all of that. Especially because everybody don't like go-go, and I'm not talking about myself. I'm just like, I know people that don't like go-go, so this is also like another alternative way for like other people to be like, oh, okay, but it's another little alternative. Because I know, like me, I love to hear, like, I don't know how she sampled it, so I ain't even hear it. I ain't gonna lie, but whatever she did to it, it could, be like a new little twist for whoever might like that little shit. So it's cool. Like they say, they did the business right. So nobody should really be mad. That's exactly why. Then we'd be mad why the fuck we not going nowhere as a city with music and shit. But that's my little take.
Wink, show that dog.
Shout out to my dog. Yeah, let me show y'all. Can I flip the camera on this motherfucker?
Put the camera back on Wink 5.
So,
Okay, okay. What's your take, Jane, on Lizzo,
Um,
UCB?
First of all, I don't think it sounds that good. I don't think it sounds that good. I'm not a fan. Um, I don't really. I do get the exposure, but all exposure. I mean, some exposure is good exposure, but like, I think it's. I don't ever see nobody else doing no shit like this. Like, I don't ever see nobody, no other like not cultures. I don't see no other cities who maybe got their own little bounce beat or whatever. And maybe this is just local for us, so we're seeing it. But like the people that are gonna see Lizzo doing that, it's like the entire country. It's nationwide. It's worldwide. But I don't see nobody else caring. It's like I don't know if when Drake uses the bounce beats and all of that from New Orleans, I don't be hearing how New Orleans be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he used our beat. I don't hear nobody else caring about people, larger name persons using their music and exposing it differently. So I really don't even know why it's like got to be such a big deal, especially when she came out and was like, "Nah, I did everything right." But these people always got something to say about something that they just want to be in somebody else's business real bad. It's like it's our music, but like she did everything she wanted to do. They probably should have came out with that first part. That first part though, like that part first. They should have came out and said that she did everything she was supposed to do before it was she stole the music because she never stole it. And so that's that. If it would have been like, oh, she's sampling it, she's already got approval, we support her. I think that would have looked differently instead of some of the titles that I saw. Like, is she doing the right thing? Did she get the right credential? Yeah, she already did that. Let's talk about the exposure and how more people want to know what go-go is and how the go-go is about to be popping and the tourists are gonna come and experience go-go because they heard Lizzo sampling the beat or something. That's what this should have been the only conversation. So I think it was cool, but I don't like it. It don't sound that good to me.
Um, honestly, I haven't heard it, but I don't really care. Like, I'm not bothered by the fact that she decided to sample some go-go music. Like, for me, I just don't get why niggas gotta be so involved in everything. Like, we not double checking niggas when they using fucking Aaliyah samples and Michael Jackson samples and all these other fucking samples. So why are we so invested now that it's a piece of go-go music, like to the point where she gotta come out and even say she got clearance for that shit? We have our own culture of music, sure. But a lot of cities do. A lot of places have their own culture of music and their own style of dance and shit like that. So I don't look at it as culture vulture. Like, I could have sworn that was a term that we used when white people decided to do shit like black people did. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen that term used when another black person shows homage to another black thing. Like, you know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
facts, facts.
So that's the shit that's throwing me off about all of this in the whole. Yeah, that's it.
You gotta unmute yourself. It's on you.
My bad. Yeah, so I pretty much agree with what everybody else is saying. Like, it's all in the culture, and I feel like this is a part of the go-go culture as well, of like people coming in and doing some music to it. You know what I'm saying? Like Jill Scott, that's still one of my favorite songs today. That look, she be jamming. She jammed like that joint rock out and like so I don't see the difference in this one. And then, everybody's speaking about sampling a go-go, when like most of go-go music is sampled hip hop or sampled any other genre. So it's like, what's the problem with now someone sampling a go-go? And I feel like it's been a really long time that like mainstream artists wanted to come in and use our music, and we have been on this like this roller coaster of like, is go-go gonna stay alive? Like, is it dying down? I felt bad. My little sister, she not that much younger than me, but she like just now getting on to go-go and stuff, and like the younger ones. So I'm like, wow, I've been on go-go way before your age. Like, so, I like this for the fact of like we keeping go-go alive. Like, we already going through a lot, gentrification and everything. So it's just like this is just another thing to help keep the culture going and alive. So I definitely I like this, and I want the city to open up so more artists can feel more welcome to embrace go-go. You know what I'm saying? You see like Nucci on the front porch, and these people, these artists are coming to perform with the band behind them. So like, yeah, like let's let everybody embrace. Like, this is the whole point and the whole reason. Like, go-go came about around the same time as rap and hip-hop, and we kind of still stayed in this pocket, and like everything else took off and went nationwide and global, and we stayed in our go-go pocket because we're such this like, oh, this is us and only us. Like, I don't know what it is that made us stay in this pocket, and we had an original sound, and we started around the same time, and rap exploded, hip hop exploded, so let's give this a chance to rise. So that's my take on it.
I think that was everybody. What it do,
No,
Z?
Z ain't go.
Z.
Is you
Hey,
here before we
Z.
talking about Z?
Hey Tim, how
Are
are
you hip
y'all
to the
this evening?
are you hip to the Lizzo sampling UCB? Y'all know Z from
I just
Cali
heard
though.
a little bit of it, and I agree with what I was hearing so far, like about just it's paying homage, and then also like I really don't see what the issue is either, but I see how it's paying homage to like the go-go music, and I feel like for her to be like a mainstream artist in modern times to bring something like that to this era, back into this era, it also, like, if you're into music or if you're trying to understand where the sample came from, it's gonna make you want to know, okay, what's that? Who is that? Because like honestly, that was like a refresher for me. I only heard that about like one, maybe two times, like within my timeline of growing up. So to be able to hear something like that, like pop back up, I'm like, oh, okay, I remember I heard like the sample before. Made me want to go back. So it's just like it's paying homage, and it's like bringing that back into modern times, showing appreciation. And it's not like she did a terrible job. Like I could see it. She is like there's certain tracks that's like don't touch unless you know you can body it, but she did what she needed to do on the track. She didn't like do it disjustice. Like let the woman be. But yeah, I don't see a problem.
What you got, Marlon?
Marlon ass probably sleep.
No, I ain't sleep. I was getting myself together. I don't. Me personally, and this is me. I ain't biased. I still listen to go to this day. A lot of the old stuff that I used to listen to back then when I was still in high school, whatever. I don't see an issue with it. I think I ain't hit a song either though. I'm gonna have a problem if the song not good. That'll be my only problem if the song not good. But as far as her hearing it and using it, I know anybody in here that traveled. Once you tell somebody you from this area, that's one of the first things they're gonna bring up is go-go. So everybody out of town, I don't even know where she from, but everybody from out of town, different areas, they love the culture. They love the DC culture. They love the go-go. They love like they call it Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day. But yeah, so I don't see nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's good I would say promotion for the genre, you know what I'm saying? Especially after them just having an award. I think it's good for that. You know what I mean? Somebody might have never heard and might hit a song and be like, oh, what's that? And that might make them want to tap into what go-go is and introduce a new audience to it. So I look at it like that, but that's it. That's my take.
Yeah, then like what UCB song did she even sample? Does anybody know?
Sexy Lady.
Sexy Lady.
See,
So
I heard
is that an
the
original UCB
song.
song, or
I
did they
heard
sample that from somewhere?
I heard the song, well, the chorus. I don't know if she's
Because
adding
if they sampled it from,
some lyrics
she
to
get the
it, but
clearance from where
from what
they
I
sampled from.
heard, it sound pretty good. I
Is that
like.
necessary?
I think that's
Are
an
we speaking
original.
about clearances? Have any of these go-go songs been cleared?
Like,
I wanna say Sexy Lady is an original.
It probably is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an
It probably
original.
is.
yeah, I wanna say that's an
It
original.
sounds like it probably could be. But I'm just saying. Just saying. I don't understand what the fuck the fuss is about. Niggas make trash music every day, and I don't listen to fucking
They
Lizzo.
cool with it.
So you got people who like Lizzo, you got people who listen to the shit that she makes. So to them, I'm pretty sure that shit crank. Just because you might not like it, might not be your cup of tea, don't mean somebody not stirring that shit up and drinking it. So
I gotta hear the whole
she
song.
definitely getting paid.
I gotta hear the
Yeah.
whole thing, but I mean,
I mean,
Guys.
that Jones sound
From
tight from
the
what I heard.
directly from the 1987 R&B and synth pop track "Don't Disturb This Groove" by The System.
so it is a sign.
No, they probably sampled
The
it,
beat.
but the song is theirs. Like Jay-Z sampled Song Cry, but when you hear Jay-Z's Song Cry, that's his song. Now he sampled it. Now what
Also, the
Bijan
Tupac
was saying,
1990 track "Lost Souls."
it's songs that they straight up just remix. They don't sample these songs. They be remixing these joints, you know. So
I
it's
mean,
a
I
difference
understand
between
the
a
nuance.
remix and an
I can't
A
hear
actual
sample.
this.
sample from a song. And that's Sexy
I don't know
Lady.
why my
And
shit be doing this,
and what
Trey
she
Five.
did was just took
Okay.
off the give me your. She took off the last girl.
She
She
put
just
that.
said, "Give me
Oh,
your number." You know, like, and it still
okay.
sound go-go-y. You know what I mean? It still sound like
Go
go-go.
go.
That's where I disagree at. I just think she more so singing the words. To me, it don't sound as go-go-y to me.
It
no,
do
it
because
doesn't.
in the background and the ad libs, you
I hear her
hear
singing the song. It's good for
you
what she did. I just don't.
with she still has the cadence. She still has the background sexy lady. I gotta roll with it. She has it's there. I think it's there.
The lyrics are there.
The
Definitely.
cadence is there too. The
Here,
cadence is there.
Yeah,
And
To
listen
me,
to
it don't
this
sound like
song.
go-go to me. It sounds like
and guess what? Guess what? When people hear Lizzo, Lizzo is one of the probably the biggest. I
Trey
went on her
Five, play the
TikTok.
song.
Shorty got like
oh, he gonna
she
get it
got
with
like
Trey.
600 million motherfuckers on TikTok that just heard some go-go that they're gonna go and now hit. They're gonna hear the real version.
I think go-go is more national and more worldwide than what we like to give credit to it for. Personally, like I feel like a lot of people have heard "Sexy Lady." They're like by UCB. I feel like a lot of people has heard "Doing It," but people have heard "Go-Go." Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
right?
I don't feel like
But opportunity.
like for this generation to let it take off, like we gotta stop being stingy.
And let's
Like,
keep it real. Let's keep
Especially
it
if niggas
real.
got paid. Especially if niggas
Go-go,
got paid.
go-go is a
Come on,
dying
man.
breed when it comes to new bands and being a thing today. Like once hip hop came to us, young,
Ooh.
it's only go-go
Ooh.
popping is old go-go, young. Like name the newest go-go
But
band.
that's because these new bands. I'm gonna be
Ooh.
real with you.
I don't listen to
The new day and
I
age
gotta
of
make sure.
bands, right? All the black kids that I know that are doing bands, they not doing go-go. They
Well, it got
doing
real quiet.
fucking rock bands
It
and
got
shit. You
Yeah,
got a
so
lot of
man.
black
quiet.
rock bands
like
going
Once
about
on.
everybody
No,
got connected.
I've seen the transition. The transition came from went to rap.
Went to
And then
rap.
that
It
they
trap
don't
went
shit.
to
have
I
like
rap.
see that.
music
Yep.
It
categories
went
in
to rap.
school no more.
Somewhere
That's what
around
yes.
2009, 2010, Fat Trail hit, and then all of these motherfuckers just started being rappers instead of starting go-go
Creating
bands.
Okay,
go-go band.
okay,
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
So it's really an old head thing, yeah, for real.
Well, I don't know, because I
Let's
don't think
sit
we were
up.
still going pretty heavy though.
What's the
08,
youngest
09,
band
that's
that's
around
doing
my
something?
era.
What's the youngest band that's doing something?
I don't know, but I know every go-go I see online, it's a bunch of niggas in there that's my age.
I guess it had to be the
It was
ABMs
so
is
many
doing pressure.
ABC bands when we started
They
this
had to be the
go-go
youngest
shit.
Go
Like
ones.
probably
there
at
were
the
so
chateau right now.
many.
They the youngest ones. I can't
That's what
think.
we was calling them. We was calling
I
them
don't know no
ABC
ones
bands.
younger than
Every
them.
3 days, a new fucking band was coming out.
XIB,
Right.
That's because we wasn't being
Fuck with
rappers. We was
fuck with
staying
XIB.
keeping it in.
Thank
But I want to ask this question: why, like, if you go on Lizzo's TikTok, why are so many Washingtonians mad at her? Like, what's the real reason?
That's what we just all said.
Because I've seen it wasn't no
One thing
good
we love to
comments on that
do.
motherfucker.
I got a good one for you. One thing we love to do in
But
this
that's the
area
thing.
is
A lot of
gatekeep.
Washingtonians don't listen to Lizzo. Have you ever got in your friend's car and they was playing Lizzo? Have
I'm
you
not
ever
a
went over
biased
your
person.
homegirl house and she was playing Lizzo?
Look, I
Has
don't
the
even
bitch ever played Lizzo when
I
you
don't
was
even
in her
like
crib?
I don't even
No.
like
That
Lizzo
might
as
that
Right,
might be
that's
the
what I'm
point that
saying. So that's she
hey
just not
Dutch,
our
that might
cup
be
of
a
tea,
point.
but that don't mean
We
like
know from growing up here that we
motherfuckers
are in
not
a
cranking
bubble.
to her because the bitch is getting paid regardless. However you
We
slice
are in a
the
bubble,
fucking
bro.
cookie open.
it's a
You're making
bubble, and we
a point.
want to
That
keep the
makes
shit.
sense.
Look, when I went to Job Corps, they like when people start liking our shit too much, we like Trey said, just gatekeep. Like, you don't know nothing about this, and we would never want to like tell them about it because we want to keep it to ourselves, and that's why we never blew the fuck up like an ATL or fucking LA or
But
Bronx or something like
that's
that,
why
man.
they say DC is the
Nah,
city of
some
crabs in a
of
barrel.
them
Like
places
it truly
is bigger
is.
than that.
Like
I
It
don't know. I
depends
still
on
feel like people supported Wale. Yes, they feel like he from DC. I still feel like he African.
It's
that
a
nigga ain't
shame.
from
It's
DC.
a
That nigga
shame.
ain't from that
It's
nigga
a
went to
shame
fucking
that we
Prince
can
Orchard High
can
Straight
School.
up,
name.
Fuck out of here.
It's a shame that we can name our rappers like off our hand and shit because
they can
it's
too, bro.
and he
no
carried his
young. I can
Detroit.
go on and on about an
You need to put us in
ATL
the
rappers. I can go on and on and on and on and
don't
on and on.
put us with the St. Louis and the Detroit niggas. Don't put us with ATL in New Orleans and shit.
No,
Don't
I'm
put us
talking
with that.
about just the mere fact
No, you
of
being slick.
them getting
Oh,
to the
Put us,
rest of
put
the
us with
fucking
Jersey.
world, man.
Yeah, put us with Jersey. Damn,
We ain't with nobody. We by
I
ourselves.
don't want to say Philly.
We by ourselves.
No, but you put nigga. You put us with Jersey,
Man, we ain't with
Philly, North
nobody.
Carolinas, Virginia,
Jersey, Philly, and New York together. St. Louis and Detroit together. New Orleans and
all right, then
ATL together.
It's DC,
just
Maryland,
us.
and Virginia. Then.
Nah,
So if you say DC, Maryland, Virginia, then it's a whole lot of success that came from that.
Name the Virginia rapper. Name the Maryland rapper.
Clips. Chris Brown.
Rico
Missy Elliott.
Hold up, Trey. Be for real.
Look how far you got reach
You
the
count
back,
Chris
bro.
Brown as a
Look
damn
how far you got reach back.
He's from Virginia.
Chris Brown is Virginia.
No.
We don't
The
produce.
nigga is
like,
from Virginia.
We don't produce.
You know,
I think Trey Songz from
damn
Virginia.
well.
Regular
We
basis.
can't get in the metro and go out there.
Pull back 30 years and shit.
We can't go out the top of Hannock on the train, nigga. That's what everybody said.
All the rest of them areas, they mush out people every fucking year. Every fucking year. Every year, young.
I like Chris Brown. You know, I like all.
So if we ain't going that far, Virginia, we going that far, Maryland, for Logic and them, because he not that far.
Logic.
Somewhere in Maryland, but
like
he ain't that far.
With a I don't know. He likes him with
mixed nigga. He's a mixed. He's a mixed black. He's a mixed. He's mixed. He's not light skinned. He's mixed.
Sorry.
He ain't that
I thought
his mama is white.
Yeah.
Or his daddy white. It looked like his daddy white. One of them white.
That's gonna start a whole nother conversation, Dutch.
I'm saying. Don't call that like Obama. He's a mixed man. We can't call Obama the black man. He's a mixed man. He's mixed.
Oh shit.
That is a race. That is a race of people mixed.
Nah,
how about this? All right. That's a great segue. That's a great. That's a great.
He like, what?
I got you, brother. That's a great segue to topic number 2, man. Kevin Hart is catching a whole lot of backlash for his roast on Netflix with Tony from Kill Tony. Tony from Kill Tony. He made a George Floyd joke during his roast special. In the DMV, we roast, we snap, we do a lot of stuff like that. We bid on each other. It's a part of the culture. But a lot of people felt like Tony crossed the line. So I want to know from y'all, did Tony Hinchcliffe break an unwritten rule by making a joke about George Floyd, or do y'all feel like comedy is comedy and he just stayed in his parameters? Wink.
I feel like a lot of that shit was just called comedy,
Mute.
but it was like supreme like racism to me.
Oh my God.
Like it was just like the whole. I believe the dude said that George Floyd was looking up. When my brain registered that you had to look up from hell, it's just like what the fuck. Like they was just used. I swear to God, they used comedy to like just be like to season that shit or cover it up. Like it was rubbing me the wrong way. So I don't even play with like the race shit for real when it comes to that kind. So, I'm gonna keep it like that. Like, some of that shit wasn't even like funny. That shit was just like super far. I wish I would be joning with my friend, and then he brings up my dead. Not even my friend. I wish I would just be joning with a nigga I don't know, and he know my nigga dead. And so you bring up my dead nigga. Like, get out of here. Sorry, I'm getting triggered. That's my take.
What you got, Z?
I agree with Wink. It's definitely triggering. Like, what in the world? I do like see how how comedy has evolved, where it's like really uncensored, and we're really in a space where it's like we're supposed to be mindful. Like, it's nothing personal. It's all a joke. But like, I feel like there should be boundaries and certain things that should be off limits just to be mindful. Like, that's a very sensitive, traumatic topic, or like that's very traumatic just in general, and it's just like that's not a joking matter, and I just wish that certain things weren't taken lightly where it could be viewed or like utilized as a joke in a joke. So yeah, I think it's low-key triggering, and I think that like it did cross the line a little bit. um, it's not giving comedy as comedy, it's giving like, what are you really trying to say? But that's just my take.
For me, it's it was a bit far, but I will also say like the whole show was, so I don't think that man like personally like he took it too far. It's just like the whole atmosphere and the stage that they set was like who set this up like this? You know what I'm saying? They making jokes about lynching. It's all types of jokes that's just like what? You know what I'm saying? A part of me, I was like, is this his humiliation ritual? Like, what is happening? Because this is ridiculous. The way they was just honing in on the race, like that was the assignment was to be racist. Like, why? Especially with everything that's going on in the country. And I was like, is this their give back for like all the jokes we made about OJ Simpson? Even though we didn't make jokes on the actual deceased person, everybody still, our community made light of the OJ Simpson situation and everything. And there was a lot of comics that spoke on it. And, I was like, was this give back? Because that was just like, whoa.
What you got, Bills?
Honestly, I don't agree with joking about certain shit. I feel like motherfuckers be taking shit too far, and there are certain things you do not say in a joking manner. And then on top of that, it's like, why the fuck are you referencing George Floyd in a roast of Kevin Hart? What the fuck do Kevin Hart have to do with George Floyd? And why the fuck did you even feel okay with saying some shit like that out your mouth? And then this nigga just sitting there giggling and shit. Like an old fucking yes sir, no sir ass, yes master ass nigga. I fucking hate niggas, bro. I hate it. That's all.
Sharice?
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna even lie. I just went to go listen to the damn joke because I hadn't heard it, or I didn't realize what that controversy was about. But just like listening to it now, I almost feel like I don't think that hit like he thought it would hit. I think that that was just such a crucial time in the history of this country where we saw a lot of protests and things break out on behalf of what happened to George Floyd. I just think that that was in poor taste, and yeah, I don't like. I get what you were trying to do, but like that's a no. I don't think it hit like that. I don't think it was really that funny, to be honest. So that's just my take.
What you got, Molly?
I have two brains on this, and one brain leads to the next. My first brain will tell you that a lot of this generation and a lot of this this society we have today in the last 10, 15 years being real sensitive and trigger based, and we are in the therapy age, right? To where this right here that was created back in the 60s was never ever for public consumption. It was never ever for public consumption, and I think Kevin Hart should have known that. He's a comedian. He understands what a roast is. A roast is a private event, sort of like a gala or something. It's a private event to where they do what you've seen on Netflix. Now, it was never supposed to be for like everybody to watch. I think that's where they went wrong with this. If they would have had this thing in a private event, we would never knew about it. And they have it amongst their friends. Their friends go in on each other. We don't know about it. I'm a WWE fan, right? Last year, Kill Tony and WWE and the executives and the wrestlers, they did a roast. And one of the wrestlers came out and said, if you heard what was said in that room, WWE will go out of business. That's because they understood that a roast isn't supposed to be for public consumption. Now, my other brain, since you put it in the public, now you have to deal with the public criticism. You have to. And I watched it live, and because I understand what a roast is. Back in the day, if you got a tape or a DVD, you can watch it. But I laughed. It was a lot of shit that was funny because I understand what a roast is. I was looking at it as if I was in the room and no one else was watching. Now, the thing is, over the last couple of days, you put something that's said in an atmosphere where it's supposed to be said and how it's said, and no one's supposed to, it's supposed to be funny. But you put a Nina Simone beat behind it, and you have a serious person like, say, Dr. Umar Johnson or something saying, and on the roast, they said, Kevin Hart was in Dubai and they mistaked him as a monkey. Now, when you hear it like that, that's like fucked up. And all of the jokes that I heard that I was laughing at, I can't even lie because it was in the context of the roast. I'm hearing now in different contexts, and I think it's fucked up. But we was never, ever supposed to see that roast. And I hope Kevin Hart learned his lesson. He's gonna have to go on another apology tour because this shit backfired on him, and I feel sorry for him because I think he thought it was gonna go a certain way, and he never thought the backlash. But he should have known. Him of all people should have known that we definitely don't live in a time where those jokes from white writers. Not a person was black, and I just found out that the other day. All of the writers were white. Now, retrospect, I'm laughing at them jokes. Like, damn, I laughed at all these fucked up ass jokes coming from white people who wrote them. That's it.
Dutch, you do know roasts are a thing that have been going on since the dawn of time, and that they've always been televised. Like, what are you
No,
talking
what
about?
I'm saying is when they've been televising them for the last 20 years. But
So
what I'm saying is
the last 50 years.
No, they have not been televised.
Yes, they have.
Bro, what about the Dean Martin roast was on for 10 years. The nigga got like 54 episodes.
Young, the roast was not televised like live like that, young. If you go, if you go,
what about comedy?
Bro, that shit was.
If you go,
Pamela
I
grew up watching roast, bro. I grew up watching these joints.
If you go to Netflix now, it is highly edited. The roast that you seen was aired. The thing is, what they do for these roasts that you're talking about, when they televise,
so Kevin Hart. So you saying what you're saying is Kevin Hart's roast was live?
It was live. I watched it live.
And you're saying that it should have been edited.
Okay. No. What I'm saying is when you do it live like that, it's usually done in private. They tape it, but when they put that shit out, it is so polished. Go to the Netflix joint now. They pulling out all of them fucked up joints. I seen it live though.
Dutch, casual. Do you not remember the Comedy Central joints?
I don't think he does.
You don't remember those, bro?
What I'm saying is, you're not listening to me.
Pamela
no, you're not
Anderson,
listening to me. You're not listening.
What he's saying is they were edited before they were released. He said Kevin Hart's was
this
live.
is the first time it was ever live and with no nothing.
Right.
And what the hell is wrong with that? That's how we want it.
No, that's not how it's supposed. Look, when these joints are done, they're done in like a meeting fashion, right? And they do it, they do it live, but they're not doing this shit live like Netflix did it. If Netflix thought that this shit was all good and everything, they wouldn't have touched any of that. That shit is so edited down now that you probably gonna just laugh. But when I seen it live, they was going in. I'm talking about in. And
so you telling me what you seen live was different than when it ended and it was
Yes.
Okay.
When I heard, if you watch this shit live, I understand what a roast is. Now, the best roast ever was the roast Jamie Foxx did on Doug Williams. That shit is hilarious. Even that right there, you had to catch it on DVD and they uploaded it to the internet. Now, that shit was hilarious.
Hey, chat, we might do a Sice Room roast. Let y'all niggas roast me. Fuck it. Fuck me up.
I mean,
I'm an easy target. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
I'm one of the easiest targets. I'm one of the easiest targets you can get.
The main thought of a roast, I don't think today's society can. It can't. It can't.
Shit, nigga, I'm not weak.
Man, we've been joning and roasting niggas anyway.
No, I'm talking about.
I put me on that bitch
right now, and Netflix. Yeah, people are fucking like about to. They about to start fucking petitioning Netflix to like boycott all this shit.
I might go crazy
because people can't take a joke. Now, like I said, when you say them jokes in a real like tone, and it's fucked up. Like it is. But they taking it out of context and putting it.
I don't know, man.
The joke.
The black community, like what, love you so much, you done so good that George Floyd is laughing so hard that he can't breathe. Hey,
that's what I'm saying. The way you're saying it, I will be like, no, that is fucked up. But when
that's the way he said it, nigga.
But it's in the context of a roast, bruh. Like it's in the context of the roast. And
That
Nah,
did.
Yes,
look, all right, how about
fucked
this? Let me
up.
give you context.
It's
I'm like, I
bad,
fuck,
young.
bro.
Yeah,
I
that
fuck
did
with
hit
Kill.
good. I'm
We're on a
sorry.
I fuck
podcast
with
right
Kill.
now
Bro, I
talking
fuck with
about
Kill Tony, bro.
we're Monday morning quarterbacking on some shit that was said in real time
Bro, if we didn't,
in the context of a
fuck no.
roast, and
I'm with
then
you.
when they put it out,
It's the same way I
when
feel about
people
boxing
come to
fights,
the
but
internet
no.
and they talk about it, yes, it's gonna sound fucked up. It does sound fucked up.
I watched it before I ever heard the internet though. So granted, I didn't watch it live, but I still watched it before I ever heard anybody
And
was a
that's how
thing
you
about it.
if that's how you
And
feel,
that joint still didn't
if
hit.
that's how you feel, you have a
That
right to
motherfucker
feel.
ain't hit.
You definitely have a right to feel that way.
And
I
it
never
didn't hit because
said
it's being
I
black.
never
It didn't
said
even hit on none of that. It just didn't
what's
hit.
being said isn't what's being said shouldn't be said. But what I'm saying is I'm trying to give you the context of something, taking my feelings out of that something in that one brain.
So who
and
was the funniest person of the night?
The funniest person.
Let's ask the panel. Who was the funniest person of the night then, y'all? We all seen it, right? Did we all see it?
I seen that motherfucker.
Okay, we got one that does seen it. Who else seen it?
I'm sorry, seen what?
I only seen Kevin Hart, and I thought he was the funniest.
Or who seen the roast?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say Regina Hall was the funniest. That bit that she did.
Regina Hall was funny.
About Kevin's mom, and she talking to him beyond the grave, and that shit was funny as shit.
I didn't hear that.
So basically, she told Kevin that she's basically a clairvoyant, and his mother is talking to her through her, and she's saying some shit to Kevin that her mother is telling her to tell Kevin. And it was just so funny. I don't want to ruin it for you. Just watch it. It's fucking hilarious. And yeah. And look,
I'm not much of a laugh at comedy.
Now
I don't think that stuff is funny.
I will say this. I did
Life
cringe.
is funny.
I cringed on the Cheryl Underwood part. Like they kept going. It was like it was Cheryl Underwood's roast. And the shit that they were saying about her, I felt was going a little too far. Now, there's certain shit in there that at the time I was like, Now, Kill Tony, that's his stick, young. So I can't, and he's the one that all the black people are like really going at. But that is Kill. That's his thing, man. And my thing is this. You ain't have to watch that motherfucking roast. I think people fucking, and that's why I know a lot of people don't understand what a roast is. You got all these motherfuckers under 30 watching that joint and not understanding what the fuck they watching. Now, the first time they said some shit, you should have turned it the fuck off. Some people just want to be fucking mad and selective about what the fuck they want to be mad about and get themselves riled up. I'm not going to watch no gay porn because I know it's gay porn, young. I can't just watch and be like, oh, these niggas is
Dutch, what the fuck, Dutch? What the fuck, Dutch?
Who in here under 30? That clip, Dutch.
Who in here under 30?
Straight like, hold on.
Who in here under 30?
No, I'm saying niggas
Just
under
me,
30.
and I was triggered.
They didn't know. They didn't know what the fuck they was watching. And they get into that roast. They thinking it's some stand-up shit. Young, the shit is made to say the most disrespectful shit possible.
About Kevin or about black people?
Right, about Kevin or about somebody that was
right. It was a Kevin Hart roast.
It's basically the most fucked up thing I say
that
about
should have been straight for him.
Is like it's
bro.
like
I wish it was, bro. I wish it was funny. I'm telling you, I don't care. I ain't gonna lie. Some of that shit, like, even when I repeat it, it's not funny. Was fucking I wish funny, when I first heard it, and I'd be like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That shit was witty as shit, like no bullshit. But
let's just say, funny is subjective, bro.
That joke
funny is subjective. You can't say.
No, it just shows how we're funny than God. It's real funny how funny than God.
No disrespect, Z. At the end, that Kevin Hart shit was fucking ass.
Kevin Hart,
the best part of Kevin Hart was when he was talking about fucking Cat Williams, nigga.
And you know what?
Anything other than the Cat Williams shit, that shit was not funny, bro.
And you know what?
That's why I said Cat
When he
Williams was the
cut-
funniest.
You said the Kevin
when he
Hart
cut
joint
his
wasn't
shit
funny.
off, no, anything.
I said Kevin Hart.
No, yeah, you said
That
Kevin
was an
Hart.
accident. I don't even like Kevin Hart. I was on Cat Williams is what I meant to
All
say.
right, cool.
And Cat
I was
Williams
My
gonna
wasn't
bad.
that funny.
That
man.
I don't
in-
even
that-
like
in
Kevin
that-
Hart.
in-
I
look,
agree with
that
Cat
in that
Williams.
monologue with Kevin Hart at
On
the end,
Live.
he was supposed to shoot
Yeah.
everybody with the gun and roast.
You don't
that
think
shit
he
was
did
fucking-
good?
That shit was ass. The funniest part was when he was talking about Cat Williams. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm about to give
Oh,
you
my-
the.
oh,
I'm about
my-
to give you
Like,
the.
people
Hey,
have
I'm
a
about to give you the Tony Yayo
it's
joint,
a
bro.
sense
Like,
of humor.
Bro, you have to. What I cool. What joke could you rebuttal?
about Kevin Hart, what he was saying. Yeah, when he said that the joint about Dwayne, the Rock Johnson having AIDS, and the way he,
That was not.
man, the way he, man, he look, he connected it to the end of his joke. He said, yeah, y'all thinking he lost weight doing this, doing that, but he actually got AIDS. And then at the end, when he said, everybody on this stage, I'm richer than. And in your head, you like, you ain't richer than The Rock. And then he knew you was gonna think that. And he said, matter of fact, I'm richer than him because he's spending all of his money on his AIDS medication. And he rounded it like he put a bow on the fucking joke, yeah. Now I didn't say it like him,
You got a
but it was
sick
fucking
sense of
funny.
humor.
I remember
You
that
have a
joke. Hey,
sick
bro,
sense
I
of
watched
humor.
it. I remember that joke.
That's real sick. That's
No,
not even
no.
funny.
Hey,
I
bro.
think
no,
I
bro,
think
can I ask you
this. Fuck
something?
that shit. Hold on.
Let me ask
Especially
you- let me
since
ask
they
you
think
something.
that
Sorry,
that's his
I
gay
bet
lover,
niggas
so he
do
must
that
have
that
AIDS
type
too.
shit
The
at
fuck?
that motherfucking
No,
you
joint.
fuck
better
no.
say that.
When
Let me
Isn't
ask
The
you
Rock
this,
his
when
gay
the niggas
lover?
start saying, "Oh,
Dutch,
they just
Dutch.
racist," now
Can I ask
So
you
everybody
isn't
something?
he
I'm
like
totally with you,
borderline
man.
got
bandwagon.
AIDS too?
Oh,
Was
yeah, that
hey
shit
Dutch, let
was
me ask you
bad.
something.
At least I keep it real.
He should be paying for medication
Love
too.
was good.
You
Just
keep
said
it
calm
real.
that
You
she
don't-
When
said
I
it was
heard this shit
hey,
in
suggestive.
other context,
hey,
I
Wink.
said,
Hey, Wink.
you know what? It
Yeah.
is
Dutch
fucked
keep it
up.
real that he has
It's
bad
fucked
taste
up.
in comedy.
Like, look,
Yes, terrible,
Yeah.
That's
terrible
he keeps it
taste
real at.
in
And we have
comedy.
no issue with
I
your taste
really
in comedy,
I
brother.
wish I could have been there.
Brother,
Hold on.
Brother,
Hey,
we
Trey,
have
you
no
said
issue
you
with your
watched
taste
it,
in
right?
comedy, brother.
Trey, you
at
said you
all.
watched it, right?
dark
Yes, I
humor
did.
is trash.
Now, hold on.
So,
I'm
hey,
about to
can I
find
ask you a
out.
question? Can I ask you a question?
I'm about,
Please.
all right.
No,
How
I
much?
watched it. So can I
All
ask
right,
you a question?
you
Bro,
said,
can I
no.
ask you a question?
Matter of fact, I don't even,
No, I can't ask you a
even
question.
got to ask you because you said you heard Kevin Hart's pop.
No, you're
You
not.
watched the whole motherfucker. If it was ass, that joint 3 hours long, young, and you watched the whole motherfucker. If
No,
nigga,
you can't
that
ask
shit
him a
was ass
question.
in the first
This
beginning,
his
I would have
segment.
been like, nah, I'm good. This nigga watched it all the way to Kevin Hart's monologue. And I know
Yeah.
you wasn't sitting there just
Yeah.
like this. You
Yeah.
was laughing at that shit,
Oh,
bro.
I have a great explanation for that, brother. A beautiful one. Do I have to wait till you come back? Wow,
Yes.
watched it all the way to the end.
What's your explanation? You was doing research.
Because everybody
Right.
before Kevin Hart was fucking funnier than him, nigga. That's why I watched it all the way to Kevin Hart.
So you,
I was
so
gonna
you
Kevin
know
Hart
this
is
shit was
ass,
funny.
he
man.
was gonna be worth the motherfucking subscription. Because ironically, I'm pissed off because my Netflix subscription turned out right before that bullshit came out. So I actually had to pay money to fucking watch that shit. So yes, I watched it to the whole 2 hours and probably 45 fucking minutes. Yes, I did watch that shit.
How much did you laugh?
I watched it to the end.
How much did you laugh?
Everybody was funnier than that nigga.
And you knew
Nigga,
Kevin
The
Hart
Rock-
ain't been funny.
let me ask you,
Kevin
was
Hart
The
ain't
Rock
been
funnier than
in
him?
years, man.
Was The Rock
Why would you
funnier
think
than
he
him?
was gonna be funny.
Was The Rock funnier than him?
The Rock was funnier than him.
Thank you.
Now,
But
I
he
didn't
wasn't
say he
funny.
the funniest nigga.
I
I
paid
didn't
to
But
see
he wasn't funny
I
though.
Kevin Hart
didn't say
be
he was
funny.
the funniest nigga on there. But
He
I
was
think
not
I
weird.
think Kevin Hart's joint was better than any of his last fucking stand-ups. He been shit because he can't say shit because he connected to Sprite, fucking Pepsi. This nigga, he can't say shit. So I think he did better than his last 4 fucking stand-ups, young. The nigga ain't been funny since all right, young.
Damn, that's high school for me.
And
He mad funny looking though.
And he did the damn thing as far as what I've been getting from
Like,
Kevin Hart. he was pretty funny that night. He was pretty funny. Now he wasn't the funniest nigga. Like I said, I think Regina Hall, I think she was funnier than everybody.
That beauty stands the test of time, baby.
And yes, it does. She's a goddamn goddess.
Yeah.
She looked the same way we seen her when she came on the scene on was the Best Man. Oh my goodness gracious.
I think she's from the area too.
Yeah, she from DC. I think she from Southeast.
That nigga The Rock was funny in that nigga.
The Rock was funny. The Rock funny, but he been doing this. The Rock do this shit. That's
ain't
the
nobody
Rock.
trying to hear that shit, man.
And The Rock was drunk as shit, and you can tell he was fucked
And
up.
the Rock roast gonna be better than his, man. Fuck.
Look, I think a lot of people, jumped on the bandwagon of, oh, this is racist. Man, what the fuck you thought they was gonna say?
You know that nigga bit wasn't funny though, bro. Like I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't say it was the funniest. It wasn't the funniest.
That shit wasn't funny, bro.
It was all right. Let me ask you this:
Cat Williams was funny when he talked about Cat Williams. That was funny.
What was it funnier than his last 3 stand-ups?
I don't know. I don't really be. I ain't probably watched them last 3 joints, bro. He lost me at that joint when he went out like London or something. He was in a little circle. And that was like the last joint I watched. What I do love is that joint with him and Wesley Snipes, that movie. Give him that. That was fucking amazing.
I like Soul Plane. I'm a Soul Plane fan.
You look like a Soul Plane player.
He ain't just starring that shit, man.
What the fuck do a Soul Plane fan look like? Stills.
I'm just fucking with you, Dutch. I swear.
Based off Dutch and his allegations, that's a hell of a segue. Next up, man. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is facing major criticism over her credentials and whether she is presenting herself as a doctor or actually if she is a doctor. A lot of people is challenging her transparency as being a therapist. I want to ask y'all, when it comes to giving mental health advice, all type of different things, especially the type of way she's been in the publicity, does paperwork and licensing mean that much to y'all? Do those credentials mean those people are validated or not? Or do y'all feel like it doesn't matter as long as they given the proper instructions?
That is very difficult. Because like normally when you give somebody a prognosis and you're not like a doctor, you're like, I'm not a doctor, so I cannot give you complete medical advice. But so like I feel like with disclosure is fine, and as long as like she's not saying that she has licensing that she doesn't have, right? She's just proclaiming to be a doctor.
No, she's saying she has certain licenses, but she just doesn't practice it anymore. She don't use them no more, but she don't have them.
She doesn't have them actively, but at one point
no,
she
not
did.
actively. She never had them.
Oh well, sheesh. Well, shit. I don't know. People be doing a whole bunch of stuff. I really do not have a problem. I feel like if you have a problem with it, don't work with her. Like, find a real doctor, somebody who you feel is credible. Like, I don't understand why we always make it a big deal about how people see themselves, view themselves, what they call and proclaim themselves. We don't say nothing about these people who put God in front of their name. God is. You try to say they're the next coming to Jesus. Like, how do you, like, no, we just let people do what they do, say what they say. Like, leave that woman alone. If you don't like what she's saying, go somewhere else. I really don't have a problem. It is what it is. She's a beautiful Black woman who has like a lot of amazing things to say. Yeah.
So from my understanding, she does have I think she said a master's degree. I know like I'm going for a clinical master's degree as well. I do think if she was giving medical, like if she was giving mental health advice under like just under the guise of saying she's a doctor, then that's wrong. If people are coming to her and she's just, you know, talking from or speaking from rather her personal experiences and her insight, I think that she's allowed to do that. I just think that where people are kind of confused at with her is, I guess, just trying to really establish whether or not she's an actual quote unquote doctor. But I think that when it comes down to licensing and I think that is just contingent upon where you work for, whether or not you're in business for yourself, and if you're offering these services and getting paid for them. So I think that that's kind of where the licensing part comes in. I think that her giving her personal experiences and offering insight and all of that, I think that is fine. She can do that. I just think when it comes down to, like, I think when it comes down to practicing under a license, that's totally different from what I think that Cheyenne Bryant is doing. So overall, I mean, I just think people trying to press her on her being an actual doctor or having a doctorate degree is the issue at hand here. And I just think that really she just need to go under like being like a life coach or something like that. 'Cause she can give, if she has a counseling master's degree, like she states, she can give mental health professional advice and things like that. But licensing only comes in when it comes down to being paid and being like certified in that field. So I think people is kind of conflating the two. So that's my take.
What you got,
I
Blue?
think that if you out here giving niggas like mental advice and shit, like, and presenting yourself as a doctor, you need to have a fucking degree in that field. That's like me having a fucking degree in medical assistant and trying to tell a nigga how to put a car together. Like, just because I got a degree don't mean I know shit about that topic. Like, and like you said, like, she could present herself as a life coach and still do the same shit for people. You just got to be honest about what the fuck you got going on. Just because you give great advice don't mean you a fucking therapist. Like, and you have to be clear about that type of shit when you giving people advice on their life or the shit that they should or shouldn't be doing. Like, I don't agree with people doing shit under false pretenses. So I feel like everybody has you know, their lane. You just gotta find your lane. And I feel like if she would have jumped out into the world and just proclaimed herself, like you said, as a life coach, none of this shit would be happening. So
Wink.
Yeah, I agree too. And did she take the doctor off her name on social media? I don't know if anybody can confirm that or not. After I get off this jump.
Nope, and she's not. She's adamant that she's going to continue calling herself doctor.
What does she need to show her that goddamn credentials? Because when it comes to mental health, like you say, like it's cool that you got some good advice, but if you don't got the real credentials for that shit, do not just be. It might sound good, you know what I'm saying, but you should really have some credentials for that shit. Like, would y'all like to see my credentials for it? Answer that too, and I'm gonna go somewhere else with that once that's answered after everybody talks. So keep that in mind. That's my take for now. Remember, do you want to see my credentials for this? That's my take.
Yes, Wink. I would like to see said credentials for that. The thing with her, Miss Bryant, is she came up in 2000, I think 17, 18, right? And I don't think she understood the severity of where this shit may go, you know? For years, she's been calling herself a therapist. Now, when you call yourself a therapist, you have to have that shit. You have to. Now, on her LinkedIn and all of her shit, it says professional life coach, and it says something in the lines of she can give advice, but she's not a therapist. But that's just like the fine print on them car commercials when they tell you just come down, zero down, and all of this shit. But if you don't read that fine print, you're gonna find out what it is when you get there. And we just found out what it is when we got there with her because she's bullshitting. And knows she's bullshitting. If she would have just, like everybody's saying, if she would have just came out and said, I'm a life coach, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a counselor, anything. But she was using therapists. Now, in the last, I say couple of months, she's straight up lying. Said I never used the word therapist when they'll show a clip of her saying it. And I don't think people are really coming at her. I think she just made this bed to where we're gonna ask now. Now you're up there saying that, it doesn't matter. I don't even need all of that to do what I do. So what the fuck is you gonna take the title of all that you said you don't need? Oh, you gonna just cherry pick and take, I'm gonna need this doctor in front of my name. I'm gonna need this DR. But yeah, all of that other shit, I don't even want to work within the realms of that. And I think that's a little bit misleading. I think that's a little bit of you're being real facetious out here when it comes to these questions, and then you just, and then you try to backtrack, and then your lies, that's your last lie, you gotta lie. You caught, shorty. I think she should just come on out with a statement saying, okay, I'm gonna take the doctor out of my name. I am not a therapist, and you guys were right. I just tried to get to the bag. I got to the bag. I got a book. It's on the bestsellers. Then go ahead and retire, because she's fucked at this point in time. That's it.
Yeah, I agree for the most part what everybody was saying. If what Dutch said about her website and everything, and that she put the disclaimer and the fine print and all of that stuff, it sounded like she was making sure she was crossing her T's, dotting her I's and everything. So it's a iffy situation. If she is, if she was straight up just lying to people and saying that she has these credentials that she doesn't, that's just completely unethical, especially people that's coming to her, just under the pretense that she has this and that. As far as her keeping doctor in her name, I don't know how far she went with her education, but if she did go and get her PhD in anything, she has the right to put doctor in front of her name. My friend, she's doctor, and she took up biology, so, but that doesn't mean she could go around and try to give people therapy and everything. But yeah, I feel like she would be a great life coach, like everyone was saying. Great life experiences and such can make you have certain qualifications and things. But if people are coming to you believing that you're licensed in the field that they're coming to you for, then you should be fair, and make sure that they know, like, hey, I'm not a licensed therapist. This is what I do. This is the things that I offer. So, that's it.
That was everybody, right?
I don't think Marlon went.
Marlon.
I think Marlon went to sleep. Because you went on them before.
Oh yeah, the last time you right. Okay. So I don't know if like y'all all on the same side. I'm hearing some say I don't care about the credentials. Some saying, oh yeah, she need that credentials to give people therapy. I don't know. We gotta come to a consensus.
I think to give people personal therapy sessions or bill insurance, you need a license to do that. I think what she's doing is under the guise of maybe some type of, like Dutch was saying, motivational speaker or type of life coach kind of direction. And I think that that's where it kind of needs to stay. Like if she doesn't have a doctoral degree, because you can get a doctoral degree in anything and be called a doctor. I mean, that's a fact. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about her credentials per se. I don't know if she had. They're saying that the dissertation was never found online. They can't track her as being no doctor. So, like, once you lie to these people on the internet, child, they not having it. They on your ass. So it's just is what it is. I think that like Like, I do think she's a beautiful woman, a very well-spoken woman, because she cooked Cam Newton into the ground. I just think that, when you do that, you gotta be ready for what these people gonna come with, because the internet investigators are going to.
She was kind of
Internet,
ratchet on them little 11 hip hop shows or whatever them joints. Them
Yeah, she was hating on brown
little
skin
ratchet.
and was
Little ratchet.
She was hating on Miss Brooke, but But I will say, if that's what she's saying she is, and she doesn't have the doctoral degree to back that up or support being called a doctor, like, bitch, just say you like Dr. Dre. The fuck? Anybody
and if she come out and say,
you're honorary doctor.
Anybody asking that nigga where his shit at? So
you could have said, this is my stage name, because she's a public figure, like Dr. Dre, Dr. Seuss, something. Dr. I don't know. Ain't nobody question these niggas. When the last time a nigga questioned Dr. Dre? He do surgical on the beats. That's what he do. We understand that. She should call herself either Coach Bryant or fucking Dr. Bryant, but that's my stage name. She trying connected to education when you ain't got it.
And that's okay. I don't know.
Niggas might want refunds, Dutch.
But she ain't got to do that, because she already very well spoken. I think people will still listen to her anyway. I think people like transparency and people like honesty. And it's like, maybe she's just too embarrassed to say, you know what, I don't have a doctorate and I was whatever, maybe not being completely honest about my credentials. And maybe she just a little embarrassed.
When you lie, when you blatantly lie, right?
Yeah.
You cannot possibly say, I'm sorry, because you got to admit that you lied.
Yeah.
And that's the conundrum she in right now. I get it, shorty, but you drowning. You need to just go away for about 2 years, then come back.
Let the smoke blow over. I mean, how her clients feel? Anybody that went and got her service, like, are they upset or they?
She
That's what I want to hear.
She cited her sessions being with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon. The chick don't do no private service. She just go on podcasts, bro.
Exactly.
That's what she cited. Like. She cited her sessions.
How is she practicing therapy?
To the podcast. All right, man. I got my credentials because I did the Sice Room. Fuck that.
But she got a hell of an age.
That's why I want to be clear about what licensing is, because even me getting my clinical license, like, it's the same thing. Once I get my clinical license, I can give people therapy, like, and charge them for it. Like, that's how it works. Like, that's why I'm wondering. Like I said, it's okay, because like
Dr. Sharice.
One day when I finish this master's, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I want to go to Catholic, but we'll see how that goes.
Y'all know what? I just thought about this. All right, if she had any private sessions, why haven't anybody from her private sessions came out and spoke? And that would have went really viral. All of the people who's coming out right now who are actually doctors and have their shit, and they are killing her in the game right now. But no one came out and said, y'all know what? She helped me. No one did. She don't do no private shit. She go to podcasts and talk her shit.
That's cool. She's a pretty face. People want to look at her and look at it, which is fine. And like I just think that if she was honest from the gate, she just wouldn't be in this.
So what if Whoopi Goldberg was doing this shit?
Did Kevin Samuels have a doctorate?
No, and he never claimed.
Kevin Samuels,
he never claimed to.
Yeah. He never said
just popped up one day.
I'm saying that she didn't have to do the same thing.
Alone, with all them cats and shit. Like he just said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need shit these days. You could just get on the camera, young,
and say
talk your shit. It's your perspective. Yeah. And that's what she does. She giving marital advice to motherfuckers, and she done been quote unquote engaged 3 times.
What's that sound?
I don't know. I heard it though.
I
It was
think,
Wink background.
but I've been hearing
Somebody back.
crackling the whole time. I don't know what that is.
It's
I
your
hear it.
background, Wink.
I hear it now. It's gone. I think it's Wink. There you go. Look. She tried to sneak it in. She tried to sneak off the mic. But yeah, Shorty, she look. I don't like her. It ain't no bias.
There you go, Dutch. There you go.
No, I'm not a biased person. I'm not a biased person. I do agree with you that she is well spoken, and but I don't like her for other reasons. The thing was, I didn't know that she didn't have this shit. Like I didn't until last week. And when she's trying to explain it, I'm a very good, like I know how to peep shit when people are lying and shit, right? Because when Breakfast Club asked her for the doctorate, right? She can't find her transcripts. Now, with that, she said, and this is where her lie just went downhill. She said she called the people. She found out the school was closed, but she said she finished the program. And then she called the direct loans people, whoever gave her the loan, and they told her, well, it's a program that you can get a refund. Do you want to do that? But we're going to take away your credits. But the internet did the internet thing. They found that they don't offer that to the people who complete the program. If you completed the program, they will never offer you that. And the doctors, they came out and they was like, no, that is bullshit. So look, man, the reason why a lawyer or a prosecutor is not going to put a crackhead on the motherfucking stand is because they known for lying. And they can be telling the truth like shit, but they not going to put them up there because they known for lying. She's a crackhead.
Call this lady that. I guess in the context of which why you saying it, I understand.
She's like a crackhead. She can't be trusted. One lie, young. Hey, young. I used to lie a lot. So I know this shit. And then you focus on the details and shit, right?
Hey, bro, ain't no way you just call this lady crackhead.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
And the best thing about the thing that you want to do when you lie is focus on like details, and that's what she did on Breakfast Club. Like, she took you down the road, and now you like, oh, okay, but you forgetting the fucking question that you fucking asked her.
Yeah, because a dissertation, you have to defend that. It's not like you just, you just lose a dissertation. No, fuck no.
Hey,
you don't lose transcripts.
And them doctors, PhDs, young, they live on that title because they worked hard for that shit.
That shit ain't no joke.
I did security for a biotech lab. These doctors came in getting their name tag, right? And I forgot to put doctor, I forgot to put PhD, MD on one, right? This nigga walked all the way back and was like, hey, buddy, yeah, you doing the name tags? I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah, can you just put my title on there? I'm like, nigga's your name. Nigga, they know your name. He like, nah. Because guess what? He's going in a room full of motherfuckers who got titles. And he don't want to be in that motherfucker without his title right fucking there. And he want network. So that shit is real. And for her to like just say that shit, that's disrespectful to that field, man. They work hard at that shit. They give up their family, bro. They make sacrifices for that shit. So yeah, she need to drop that motherfucking doctor shit.
Nigga said we need that above you.
Yeah, man. Hey. I'm gonna start calling myself Dr. Dutch then. Shit. And I got my dissertations, but I just couldn't find them, y'all.
None of that makes sense. That'll never make sense. Like, ooh, that's like probably like a 50+ page document. Is you okay? What you mean? Every last paper I ever wrote in my college career I have it.
Man,
I mean, shoot me a
I
funny.
wrote a paper. I
Right?
wrote a paper on World War II in college. That shit was fucking hard. And I could imagine what a goddamn dissertation do.
It's no
Good
joke.
Google mugger, man.
None
Shit.
of that shit
I
is.
get
So
that.
it's no joke. So
They
it's
put
no joke.
it up on the wall, like
Yeah, they be having them Jones, young. Like they
they're
be quick.
hanging high, like
Yeah, it's
They
hard.
proud of that shit, man.
That shit
Shorty, she
is.
fucking up.
I don't even know why she would do that. She ain't even got to do that though. That's what's
You ain't
sad.
even have to do that. You pretty,
She like
you
she like the
articulate. Do your thing, shorty.
one of them dumbass scammers. They just gotta always go too far.
Yep.
She had to over scam.
And they about to eat her alive. So I think it's
Man,
warranted.
she already ate. If I was her, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna stop this book tour. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna just let this shit ride. Cause look, the internet, we're gonna move on to something else. Next week's Sice Room is gonna have a different topic. She do that shit for a couple of months, Sean. Then come back out with some with a big interview with Shay Shay or something, and motherfuckers ain't even gonna remember that shit. And just not say doctor.
Don't say doctor.
Don't say doctor.
That's a fact. Well, we're gonna move on from our political heads, man. The 14th Amendment and the Birthright Citizenship Debate, man, on bipartisan breakdown. All right, the 14th Amendment is back at the center of a political debate, man, specifically around birthright and citizenship, whether a president can limit through executive action. A lot of people feel like it's changing the system, and the president is abusing the system. I want to know about y'all when conversations about birthright citizenship come up. I know a lot of us get our palms greasing. Do y'all see it as a protecting the country's borders? Or do y'all feel like it's weakening a constitutional right?
Why did I feel like you was gonna choose me first? So like I mean, I'm gonna just keep it as brief because I kind of wrote down my thoughts about this. As far as birthright citizenship goes, I feel like, you know, obviously we all understand that it was established by the 14th Amendment. Like to me, I just think that birthright citizenship ultimately was originally put in place to protect the enslaved Black Americans that was in this land, or that's according to what they presume it to be. And I think that ultimately it was like pretty much put in place to secure our citizenship in this land. I just think like the debate around it now is just it being like exploited, and I think that that's a valid argument because we see a lot of what's happening with a lot of individuals who take advantage of this birthright citizenship situation, where that's a precious right. It's a precious right to be able to live in this country and be able to live in this country as a citizen. But I think what we have here is people who are, you know, they're coming into our country, they're having children in the US, then they're going back to their homelands, and then only to return later as like an anchor baby or something. So, like, to me, I think that the questions being raised around it is valid. I think that people have abused it and misused it for too long, and it's time for it to stop. Because I feel like anybody that's coming in, they're kind of, it's almost against our interest, in my opinion. So I do feel like birthright citizenship is not for the way it's being used right now in this current day and age, and it got to stop. So, you know, whatever he decided to do with it or do about it, like, I'm sorry that some of y'all might have to go home, and that's my take. And sorry, not sorry. So
I'm with Sharice on this, man. The thing is about these borders, we understand what these people are doing. They're coming over and they're trying to have these babies here. That to get that birthright, right? That old birthright. And it's sort of like how, you know, we know with people doing with food stamps. You know, we know they selling them Jones. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get caught, they be like, oh, I had a right to get these food stamps, but you selling them. You know you selling them. And we know why you selling them. This cool, we know. And with the immigrants or illegal people coming over, it's a process on getting a citizenship here. And what they're doing is, like she said, they're taking advantage of something that is given to them. And if you abuse it too much, it's going to start to come to the surface, and we're going to have to do something about it. Just like them food stamps. If you keep doing it, everybody on food stamps was doing it, they're going to put a stop to that shit. So we got to keep it at a low. The thing is, the Mexicans, they can get away with it. They have been getting away with it, but they're doing it too much now. Now it's like, all right, we really noticed this shit. So we gotta put that shit, to bed. That's it. And Z got a dream snatcher.
I don't have too much to say on this topic. I'm not like real deep into the politics, and um I feel like, however it goes, wherever they take it, that's just gonna be, because they're the ones that has the power to make these decisions and everything. Um, I do have concern when it comes to, because you guys are speaking about, this being an amendment. We just got to be careful, because it may open a floodgate, you know what I'm saying, and let this segue to other amendments that, so that's my whole concern with that.
What?
I agree with everybody for the most part, especially Dutch. And I'm just saying that because except for the food stamp part, if anybody is selling food stamps, I would like to have a conversation about that.
Now, I never said that I haven't partaked in this. I'm just saying, if we do it too much, it's they're gonna be hot with it.
It's
The
like
Mexicans being hot with this shit.
I've been looking for such. So holler at me about that, y'all. And that's my take on that. DM me.
DM me.
Jimmy is crazy.
Now here's why.
I'm saying,
Now I always felt very strong about birthright citizenship and about like what's happening in our country in this day and time. I really feel super strong about it because I know who it was meant to protect. And when people come through and they take advantage of those protections that it really wasn't meant for them, it's kind of, in my opinion, like the original intent, of the amendments, like place and position, is being undermined by people just being allowed to freely come over here. Like they could just say, boom, I'm seeking asylum or some wild shit, and then boom, we just let you in. Like, nah, it should be a process to this. Like, especially when our people who died to build this land and everything that our people went through, I'm not feeling that shit at all. Like,
and Sharice, guess who they're gonna take over? Guess who the jobs they're gonna take? If we keep allowing that shit,
you know who?
they're gonna take
That's why I
out.
said it goes against our interest. It goes against our interest, and it always has.
But just because we don't like Trump, we don't want to do that shit. All
Yeah.
right,
Man,
let
like
that Trump hate
They
get
keep
you out of the
making it about
job.
you. That's the problem. Stop making it about that man. Because I feel like at the end of the day, what he's doing in terms of birthright citizenship is the right move. And we don't even see that. It's kind of going to benefit us. Not kinda, it is going to benefit us in the end.
That's
Like,
why I
that's
say
why the
I'm
only
not.
people who
That's
ain't been
why.
stuck with this whole time doing this stuff going on has been us.
That's why I
Ice
say
ain't been
I'm
on
not.
us, and I wish somebody would lie and say Ice been on us. I
That's
wish
why I
somebody would lie.
say. That's why I say I'm not biased. I don't like Trump, but I can compartmentalize my don't like for him on the policies that's actually working. I can do that. But most motherfuckers are emotional and they can't separate the shit. And that's how we're gonna get fucked.
Yeah, because I want to be clear too that I'm here for anybody that want to, make a better life for themselves, create whatever it is, whatever you feel like you need to come to this country and escape from. I don't have an issue with any of those, your reasonings behind why you need to leave, flee your homeland. I just think that it's a process that has to be, respected, and it shouldn't be disregarded. Like, the floodgates just shouldn't be open for a bunch of people to come through. During the pandemic, that is what was happening. After the pandemic, that is what was happening. They were coming in through God, where were they coming in at? Man, was it not? It wasn't the Mexico border. It was another border that they were like just storming through. It was so many people. I couldn't believe it.
It was the
I'm
Texas
talking
border.
coming through. I'm talking about people keep saying they weren't getting food stamps. Yes, they was. They was getting social security benefits, checks.
And guess what they was doing with them food stamps? Guess what
I'm
they was
talking
doing with
about
them
rolling
food
out the
stamps?
carpet, man. Come on.
They
And
was
then soon as
selling them
somebody sell
food
their
stamps.
food stamps, then they ready to go and lock them up. Soon as somebody want to go and do a bake sale with their food stamps, it's a problem. No, I'm tired of it. I'm sorry, Dutch. You go ahead. I'm
Said
tired of
one big sale, they on our ass. I'm tired of it.
telling you, yeah. They like, you fraud the government. Like,
You
And
going
I
to
think
wars.
people
these
think
folks
when
doing
we
it,
talk
opening up
about
food trucks,
the
everything. I'm telling you, people go
foreigners,
so much from this.
I think people think we hate the foreigners. No,
Right.
it's we're hating the process of how the foreigners are getting here, where the Asian person, do y'all know when them Asians and them Africans and all of them, when they come off the boat, they give them an application for a business. When the last time you got an application for a business, man? They teach them these classes on how to create a business, a LLC, and all that shit, so they can set up in our neighborhood, and we get the 4 wings, fried rice, hot sauce, motherfucking
For
mumbo
convenience
sauce.
stores,
You know what I'm saying?
stores, smoke shops.
All
And
of
we
that.
and we in there
All of
cool
that.
with them. Hey, mama son, what you doing today, mama son? Man, mama son
That's not your
got
money.
off that boat and took that shit to the hood and selling us that. And y'all ever watch the motherfuckers? They don't eat the shit they selling us. They be eating that other shit in the back. I be like, y'all sell that. No, sell that. I'm like, then what the fuck y'all feeding us? It's good. It is good. But I want to see what the fuck that shit about.
No, it's facts. It's facts. And I think even in DC, we can see a lot of that, that representation of the influx of immigrants who are in our neighborhoods. They don't give back into our communities. They don't give a damn about it, which is, I don't expect you to. But it's like the same people that are from these neighborhoods are not forwarded those opportunities at these rates. And we know that to be true.
Dijon, at the Juice Joint, are they foreigners?
It seems like they got a good amount of Spanish workers. The owner,
Yeah, see?
Is this owner man white? What is he?
yeah, he seems like a white man, and yeah, he's white.
Sometimes they be white from Egypt and white from
Yep.
these little African countries and stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, like, what was he? Because
and they don't even young. When I heard it, I started paying attention, young. They don't want to touch our hand when they giving us that fucking money, young. They be like, I'd be like, one time I was like, they like Chipotle motherfuckers. on that spoon and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, dude.
They won't give you no chicken at Chipotle.
Hey man, we need to do that, Joan, on the CEO saying that shit. And I did show the video to the Chipotle motherfucker. And he said, nah, they tell us in the back, don't do that shit.
Yeah,
That nigga was lying like a motherfucker, man.
They tell him you better give him one scoop of that shit.
I'd be like, why you gotta do all of that?
Everybody scoop. You want this full $12 for
and
this?
The crazy thing is,
so your man put another chicken on that grill, nigga. Put
crazy
my
thing
extra
is,
scoop.
when they do the proportions that they give me, it is a little too much when I be eating.
I don't get no fucks. Split that shit.
Some
now, some for later.
Shit,
I need my whole $12 worth.
Dude, I be want to see a black person on that grill. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like they don't cook chicken right or something. They don't cook it all the way through. I don't care.
I'm sorry, man.
I like seeing them in gas stations, all them fucking places.
That's good.
That's where you go. They gotta cook that stuff all the way through. Period.
But just imagine, bro. If you're a woman and you could just come to the country and have a baby and you good.
Yeah,
now, I get the allure of it, but
it's wrong.
I'm not mad at them for trying. I'm from the hood. I'm not mad, but it's something got to be done about that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was always for the wall. I was always a Trump supporter when it came to keeping the shit. And he always say it. He say, look, you gotta come. It's a process. And motherfuckers just forget that.
Obama said it too. Everybody's favorite. That deported the most immigrants ever in the history of this country. Which is anybody can go look it up. I don't gotta lie on the
young. It's true. It's true. Like, but Obama, he's our guy. He's our fucking guy. That first election, we just did it. And look, motherfuckers is just like, let's get this black man in, which he's not a black man, he's a mixed man. But what I'm saying is,
he ain't. Never mind.
His mom is white.
I think he just appeared. He from Africa to me.
No, he ain't even from. He ain't even connected to our slavery.
You look at him.
He not our people.
This nigga has no connection to our slavery.
Huh?
He ain't connected to the niggas at all.
His daddy came over, fucked the white girl, and then
went she go there.
So he had no lineage to our slavery, bruh.
What about did his father? What about the lineage of slavery?
His father from Kenya. He was the niggas. He was one of his ancestors. They won. They was the ones that was like, y'all had these niggas. That's
the payback right there. Obama.
Yeah, he probably was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get this white Joan pregnant. And my son will be the president. Matter of fact,
he was coming. Oh, he was coming to America in real life.
Yeah, he was.
That's Barry Soetoro.
That nigga was coming in America.
That's Barry Soetoro. That's his real name.
And left that little nigga.
He grew up in Indonesia.
Yeah, Obama said I met my daddy one goddamn time, and his daddy was looking at him like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, that was they love to pull the wool over our head about everything, man, and we fall for it. It makes me so mad.
Everything just went rampage when Obama got in office. It just
look, guess what happened? Guess who utilized this nigga? See, we just wanted to get him in and just go about our business, eat cookies and shit. With the LGBT, they utilized that nigga. They put a rainbow over that goddamn White House. They called the Congress and they got that shit. They utilized them. We ain't do shit with them. We ain't hold them accountable.
Utilize them, or is that the agenda that he chose to push?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a little bit of both.
Like our community, we don't participate in the funding part when it comes to these politicians.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And we don't hold them accountable. The thing is, young, it was this nigga.
The money is there.
I forgot the nigga name. He
It is.
Trey, you probably know him when I tell his story. This nigga was found. He was supposed to be the next Obama, right? Black dude, straight up black dude. Had black wife, black kids. and they found this nigga in a hotel, man, passed the fuck out, butthole this wide,
Wait,
getting fucked by Mexicans and other dudes,
I don't
man.
know this nigga, bro.
I'm gonna
Whoa.
send that shit. I'm gonna send that shit in the Sice Room. I forget his name, young. He
Uh,
fell from
well,
grace.
Don't send it.
He posed.
we not yet.
Don't send
We
it.
don't send it, but we gonna say
Don't
all that.
send it.
We gonna make sure we get to our last one, last but not least, man. The Sice report, man. We gonna talk about the DC curfew enforcement and how Janine Pirro says she's gonna start charging the parents. Janine Pirro says DC parents could now face criminal charges in their kids' involvement in these teen takeovers down Navy Yard and other places. The city says parents need to take responsibility. And these critics argue that it's a lack of safe youth spaces and opportunities for these kids. Therefore, that's why they at these functions and trying to create their own situations. I want to know from y'all, should the focus be on punishing the parents based off holding them accountable, or should the accountability be on funding for opportunities, for safe spaces, for said situations for these kids could do other things? Or what line of the war do y'all follow?
I fall on the side of the parents being responsible for your children. That's who you are responsible before they turn 18. At the end of the day, if it's a curfew and you don't know where your kid's at, we locking you the fuck up. If it's a curfew and you done told your kid to be in the house at a certain amount of time and they ain't want to do it, we locking you the fuck up. At the end of the day, man, I went to something called the fishing school back in the day. Shout out to Mr. Lewis. He passed away since, and I think there's a couple of more out there today. But that joint was on Wally Street in Northeast Washington, D.C. And I went there every day after school. And that man was a police officer. He was officer friendly, and then he retired, and then he started something. At the end of the day, we don't need no government starting shit, because that man started something. He bought that fucking house, and he had a lot of children coming in there for Bible study. He had a lot of children like myself on a basketball team, on a football team. So we don't have to wait around for no government to do the shit. So for the parents that are going to be held accountable right now, what should happen is they should start a coalition to put some money together to start their own shit like Mr. Lewis did. And guess what? Mr. Lewis had made sure that we got home at a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? So, nah, man, these parents have to be held accountable for their children that they brought into the world, that they nourished, that they take care of. And if you tell me, it was never a point in time that I did not know where my children were. At the end of the day, I ain't have children that's just outside like that. They still this day. I got a 17. I got my 22-year-old don't even be outside like that. So at the end of the day, man, yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Start finding them and start putting them in fucking jail. And maybe right after that first stint, they start to not have no more babies, or take care of the ones that they do have. That's all I got.
What you got, Wink?
I think that's ridiculous. Going after the parents for what some grown ass kids gonna do. Like if the kids are, they don't. I ain't gonna say they don't have to, but they're. I know. I was just a fucking teenager not that long ago, son. Like if my parents, long story short, if my father at work, if they parents at work, you know what I'm saying? Like they can't control what the fuck they kid doing. They kid can walk out the door, especially these 15, 16 grown ass 17-year-olds. And then what, you lock the parent up and then they lose their job, fuck with their job. And then now the kid in an even more worse position than they probably was in if the parent was even working. If the parent not working, it's just a fucked up cycle. If you gonna lock somebody up, lock the kid up. It's their life. Like the parent locking the parent up ain't gonna do shit in my opinion. That's my take on it. Thank you.
What you got, Bills?
Bills asleep. Oh, I was on mute. Um, Yeah, for me, I think it's ridiculous too, the whole holding a parent accountable. Like everybody, everybody come from different walks of life. Everybody's home situation is different. Like we just don't know. Like some of them could be a single mom, got other kids and all of these things, and then they just so happen to have a troubled child, and then they're trying to figure out and they're struggling, and then one thing that's just mind-boggling is they talking about holding the parents accountable, but then when the parents want to discipline and everything, if somebody call the police, then y'all locking the parents up for beating the child ass for them out here cutting up in the streets. Then when they cut up in the streets, you want to hold the parent accountable, but they couldn't discipline them. Like I was like, that part is not making any sense. I do believe the programs need to come back. Like a lot of them, I spoke on in one of my songs a while back. And I'm talking about like what happened to all the basketball courts and all the recs and everything. Like, and it's like I don't really see too many outside basketball courts no more. Like they used to be everywhere. It's really like, what are these kids to be getting into? And I do, I appreciate Dutch for speaking about the fishing school. Shout out to the fishing school, y'all. Me and Dutch like job like cousins, you know what I'm saying? I went there too, and it was a great program, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. It takes time and everything. If we are going to build these things up and get the community to come together, and I do agree that we do got to start doing for our own, because the same way if they give it to us, the same way they could take it away. The same way they could say, this is no longer a school, this is no longer recreation. We want to build something commercial right here or something. So we do need to start creating our own and building our own community and get back to the village aspect of things. And that's that.
See, I kind of feel two ways about it, and I'm gonna just try to keep it short and sweet. Like when I saw that video of them in the Navy Yard, the children in the Navy Yard fighting, I didn't even know that was a video from DC until I started reading, like, the comments and things like that. I didn't realize that was our youth doing that. I feel like there has to be, and I know we talk about this all the time on the Sice Room. I just feel like there has to be some type of accountability held for that type of degenerate behavior that is constantly being repeated. Like, I think that the city has exhausted a lot of its resources in terms of trying to get curfews, creating events and spaces for the youth to be at, and then they still try to find a way to get themselves into other degenerate behaviors. And I think that, like me, I never want to see kids go to jail, and I never want to see parents go to jail for, sometimes you can't control it, and a lot of times you can. I just think that there's a fine line and there's a balance between the two. And I think, like somebody is going to have to be held accountable for the behavior that's being presented, because this influx of leadership that we got right now, like they're not going to really go for too much of that in this nation's capital. And like, I know a lot of times, a lot of the parents are doing everything they can. They're trying their best. They can't control and do everything and see everything all the time. I think that I think that just because your child do something wrong, that doesn't mean that you as a parent is not doing everything that you can to try to teach them right from wrong and try to guide them and keep them on the right path. I do think that these decisions that these children are making are conscious, and they know exactly what they're doing, and they're choosing this. So I think that the responsibility is just going to automatically fall back on the parent, whether it's mama, daddy, whatever. We can look at a whole bunch of reasons why this is going on, single parent households, whatever we want to put it on. But at the end of the day, the responsibility is still going to fall back on the parent, because it's going to look like, we're not teaching them the right things, and we're not guiding them in the right way to where they feel like they need to go in public spaces and destroy them and, act in a behavior that's irate and disrespectful and embarrassing on the community itself as a whole. So I just think that, you can only tell people You ain't gonna keep talking to motherfuckers about their bad behavior. After a while, you're gonna get on their ass and say, you got to correct that shit. And I think that that's what's happening in this case. So, like, as much as we don't want to see that shit happening, we have to understand why it's happening and why these people may decide to take this, take the punishment to the parents if the kid, you can't get your children to listen to you. So that's my take. Sorry. I'm done. Hey, where Five go?
Trey, come on, man.
My bad. I had to come back. I had to come back, y'all. My bad.
I knew I was taking too long there. Sorry, y'all.
No, you good, gang.
Nah, you spoke some real shit.
No, for real. TT. What's crazy is like I'm like borderline. I agree with both. Both sides of the spectrum, because ultimately I do agree with what's been said as far as like the parents needing to be active in their children's lives and being accountable and responsible for their doings, whereabouts, whatnot, and positive or negative, they need to be aware and responsible and accountable for that. So, yeah, that definitely needs to be acknowledged. I'm like thinking like we need that here in my city. Like, they have like just recently like a whole takeover of one of the malls. They migrated it to another mall, made a whole flyer about it. I'm like, wow, they took the time to organize this and like think about this and create a flyer. If only that same kind of energy was directed in a different manner that was more positive. So that's where the other portion of me agreeing to the other sex portion of just advocating more towards investing in more options for the children to participate in. It's at a point now where they're fending for themselves, honestly. They are not being parented. They don't necessarily have a village that is actively showing up other than a Kodak's moment where they could take pictures or say they were here or I seen that or yeah, but they're not there on the day to day. They're not checking in. There's no village. There's no parents. There's no spaces and organizations really that are really there for the youth. So I feel like that's something that does need to be addressed and acknowledged and funded and whatnot, because it's very necessary. Yes, accountability needs to be made. That's like addressing the problem, but there has to be a solution. And I understand now, like the way that society is, the way the economy is, the expectations are very high where parents aren't able to be as present as they were in previous timelines. But again, the village, the community, and even lawmakers as well. Like if we can take the time to make sure we hold people accountable, let's try to put the same kind of energy towards supporting the upliftment for the future, not just like trying to like penalize it. Like it's obviously a problem where we need to get to the root, which will really be the solution that's necessary. So I'm split between both. I think both are necessary. That's my take.
You muted, bro.
For our panel, you already know we always do Sice Room after dark. But from go-go culture to comedy to politics to accountability, we cover so much stuff tonight. My bad, I'm the Lord hit. We appreciate everybody, man. The panelists. We appreciate the chat. We appreciate every single body that tune in with us each and every Tuesday. It's the Sice Room. Link in and stay tuned with us for Sice Room after dark.